Hi friends, this is Damini and today I am handing my kitchen over to my daughter as she is making something special for Mother's Day. So let's see what's cooking.
Hi everyone, this is Akshta and I'm gonna be making a Raffaello cake for Mother's Day. Raffaello candies are so yummy, so I thought of transferring those flavors into a cake. So let's take a look at the ingredients. For the ground almonds, I just took some raw almonds and I pulsed them in the blender. Make sure to do this in small batches though, otherwise they start to release their oils and you won't get a nice fine powder. So I'm going to first start by whipping up my egg whites. It's extremely important to have a clean bowl and whisk for this, which is why I like to do it first. So as you can see, nice stiff peaks right there. I'm going to transfer these into another bowl and then continue to mix my other ingredients. So in the same bowl, I'm adding some softened butter. Make sure to get it out of your fridge about half an hour before you want to bake. I'm adding my sugar here. I'm just going to blend that nicely until it's nicely incorporated. Here I'm just going in with my spatula to make sure that there's no sugar stuck to the bottom or to the sides. Now I'm going to add my yogurt. This will ensure that the cake comes out really soft. Some vanilla extract. I'm just going to blend that nicely again. I'm just going in with my spatula one more time. One more blend just to make sure everything's nice and smooth. Now I'm adding in my all-purpose flour, half of it, and half of my ground almonds, and half of my milk. Just giving it a quick stir so I don't get a facial. Just gonna blend that nicely and scrape the sides. Now just adding in the remaining ingredients: flour, almonds, milk. I'm also adding in my baking powder and salt at this point. Don't skip adding the salt because that's what's going to enhance all the flavors. So just blend a little bit and then follow up with your spatula. Because if we mix too much with the blender, then we're going to get a tough cake. Now I'm just adding in half of my egg whites and I'm gonna gently fold these in. So one circle around and then cut through the middle. Now the second half. Don't use your electric beater for this because otherwise you're gonna lose the volume of your egg whites. And that looks done. Now I'm just greasing my baking pan here so the cake comes out nice and easily. I'm just transferring my batter. I've already preheated the oven at 160 and I'm gonna take the cake out in about 40 minutes or until you can insert a toothpick in it and it comes out clean. So let's prepare the filling now. I'm adding coconut milk to some white chocolate chips and I'm gonna pop this in the microwave for about 15 seconds or until it's nicely melted. Once that's melted, I'm just adding my coconut. You can add as much or as little as you like. You can even taste at this point. And now I'm just gonna put it in the fridge until we're ready to assemble. So here I'm just gonna make the icing. I have some fresh cream. And to that I'm adding some powdered sugar. Little bit of vanilla, and I'm just gonna whisk this until I get nice stiff peaks. I popped my bowl and blades into the freezer before I whipped my cream just because it makes it a little bit easier. As you can see, the cream has thickened really nicely and it has nice stiff peaks. So now I'm just gonna pop this back in the fridge until it's ready to be used. So here to my coconut milk, I'm just adding a little bit of sugar. And this is just to soak the sponge so it's nice and soft and more flavorful. So I took my cake out of the oven and I let it cool in the pan. And then I took it out of the pan and let it cool completely on a wire rack. It's important to cool the cake completely, otherwise your icing is going to melt and the cake will break when you're cutting it. I've just cut the top of the cake a little bit here so we have a nice flat surface and our cake can be even. And you can munch on those little pieces while you're icing the cake. Chef's treat. And then I'm just gonna turn this cake over and cut it into 2 even parts. That didn't get recorded for some reason, but just get a nice sharp knife and just cut through the middle. So as you can see, I cut in the middle here. And now I'm just gonna place this on my cake stand. I'm putting some parchment paper here so it's easy to clean up after we're done icing the cake. Now using a brush or a spoon, soak the sponge with the coconut milk and sugar mixture. The filling looks a little thick to me, so I'm just gonna add some of that same coconut milk and sugar mixture, just about half a teaspoon or so. And I'm just gonna mix that nicely and then spread that all over this layer. Once that's done, I'm just gonna place the second layer right on top and then soak that with the same coconut milk and sugar mixture. Now I'm just gonna start icing the cake. Just a nice thin layer. This is gonna be the crumb coat. And now I'm just going to put this in the fridge for about 10 to 15 minutes and then do my second coat. So I've taken this out of the fridge and I've rinsed my spatula with some cold water so it's easy to smooth out the edges. And I'm going to take some more water in a glass, and this will really help to get a nice smooth finish at the end. So just applying some more icing all around the cake and spreading that evenly. So that's done now, and now we're ready to decorate the cake. I've put the remaining icing in a piping bag and I've attached that with a nozzle, a star tip nozzle. And now I'm just gonna make these stars around the whole cake. You can decorate this in any way you like. You can get creative with it. And I'm just making a bigger one in the middle. And I have my Raffaello candy here that I'm adding right to the top. I crushed up some almonds and then I have some coconut and I'm gonna use that to decorate the cake. So first starting with the almonds. This really adds a nice crunch to the cake and gives it some texture. Now I'm adding the coconut. And I'm using the coconut to put all around the cake as well. So once you're done all that, you can pull out your parchment paper and you can pretend you made no mess while you were decorating the cake. So since this cake is for Mother's Day, I have my mom here who's gonna cut the cake and do a taste test.
Wow, soft, very soft.
Before she tastes it, I just want to show you all the layers and how beautiful it looks. But it is all in the taste, so let's see what my mom has to say.
Delicious, yummy.
Definitely give this Raffaello cake a try for your mom this Mother's Day and bring a smile to her face. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my mom's channel.